What's up, everybody? Welcome to Solana Weekly. This is your host, Thomas, and I want to thank you for joining in. Let's take a dive into the latest trends, use cases, and people behind the incredible growth of the Solana ecosystem. None of this is financial advice, but I'm hoping that all of this is alpha. Now let's get to the show.
What's up, everybody? This is Thomas Bahamas with Solana Weekly. We've got Ape Dude on here to hear all about real-world Arabica. I'm super excited to hear about it, and we've been talking a ton about what's going on today in the news. But I wanted to get this all recorded because it's been great so far. So welcome to the show, and let's keep this going.
Thanks, Thomas. Yeah, we were having a conversation before. So thank you so much, first of all, for having me and connecting me on Twitter. And it's been great so far. What happened a few days ago, and I'm still trying to process it. The world we knew politically and cryptographically has just literally changed an ideology. For example, I believe the next wave of politicians, especially younger generation politicians, will definitely raise money, not through lobby, but through citizen sponsorship using tokenized real world asset. So let's talk about what a real world asset truly is. For me, my public image is a true asset for me because my perception, my image perception of the world and the world's perception of me, myself, and my image will get me through life, right? That's how you go through. Right. For example, you're building a brand image, and all those are assets, intangible. So for me, I think Donald Trump was the real dude who just figured that shit out, and he tokenized his own public image and launched it. And guess what? Within a few hours, the world population proved his brand image is worth over $70 billion within a few hours.
Yeah.
That's the power of that guy.
Yeah. Well, and so how this got started, right? We should probably bring this up, but
go for it.
This is during the Trump inauguration. He launched a meme coin 2 days ago. It had crossed $70 billion within the first 2 days, right? So he's completely changed a lot of the thinking of what a meme coin is, who can launch a meme coin, can a president launch a meme coin? I don't think that was ever a question that came up before. But like you said, he's tokenizing his public image, which, if you think about it, you think about social media, you think about, LinkedIn profile, Instagram, Facebook, those companies have been making money off people's images for a really long time. We're only slowly starting to see on X and Twitter that actually you can get paid for tweeting. Your public image can generate you money, where this is the next leap, right? This isn't a step to the next level. This is a massive leap where you're tokenizing your whole image and anybody in the world can buy in if they want, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And also you need to understand who the man is. Like, for example, everything aside, his assumption, his politics and all that stuff, he's an entrepreneur at heart, right? He's a businessman at heart. And what does business people do to grow? They take risks. So, Trump is a huge risk taker. And when I saw the news that a few months ago, me and the other partner who's in the Virgin Islands, he's a farmer as well. We are the people who conceived the real world Arabica. We'll get to it soon. So we were talking, saying wouldn't it be crazy that he actually endorses his election campaign using crypto? But it did not happen. He did something even bigger. He endorsed his taking house with the inauguration with the crypto, which is even crazier. So for me, I think what's going to happen now, there is a consciousness change about crypto across political realm in globally, right? It's going to take time. Obviously, people are going to catch up to it. But I think our aspects of life, how we do business, how we talk about crypto, and how crypto has become a part of not just like Twitter, but also how it's going to be a part of the everyday guy within the next 4 years. I don't think we talk about it enough anymore. And I don't think there has been enough time to digest what just happened. Like, imagine Trump literally has the capacity to I don't know whether this is a word, but blockchain-fy social security if he's so vicious to, because he has already taken the risk of tokenizing his image. So now he has the credentials to say, and he's a man who boasts a lot because that's his character, and be like, I'm the first president or the political figure in the entire world to do it. Nobody can do it better than me. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's going to be his words, right? Like he'll be like, crypto bros, look at me. I've got my own token. You got to trust me now because everything I am, my brand is riding on that token. So anything that I do good is going to pump the token up. Like all these positive policies that he's going to bring, everything's going to tie into that token. So if you think crypto is volatile, wait until you actually get into the Trump token, how volatile that's going to be, because like his policy is going to dictate the up and downs of the market, not any market manipulation. I mean, they can try to manipulate it, but that's still transparency because we could see what the major backholders are already. So
it's
Go
there's so much here, but I think what a lot of it too is like a lot of, like government industries, a lot of like the backbone of the banking systems of everything. It's all really, really old technology. So rather than upgrading their own systems, like we built our own systems out that are fantastic and can do all of them. What we really needed was just a major change agent to actually bring that technology to the forefront of everyone's idea. And Trump just did that. Right? Like, he 100% did that. Everybody in the world knows about crypto right now. Right?
Exactly. And that's such a big deal because what was the major barrier for anybody to get somebody on board Bitcoin or whatever crypto? Education, awareness and education, right?
Yeah.
So a major figure like Trump doing something like that, even the normie would be like, what is a meme coin? Now he has literally opened up the doorways. Anybody who's curious through, now it's easy for you to get through because he's done it. Like now the people are, because society is nothing but consensus, right? It's a consensus mechanism. Society is just agreed upon rules. So like if we can agree that Trump has given us some sort of a tool, and now people are a little bit, okay, now we're not a little bit afraid. We are less afraid of it now because now Donald Trump has one. Like, now the people leader is part of it. The president of the United. What is it? Let me have a look. Let me get myself, educated about this. And I believe this is such good timing for me as well when I was launching this crypto-based brand because, okay, so a little bit about myself, I'll just quickly run you through. So I'm based in Colombia, and Colombia is known for their Arabica coffee, right?
Yeah.
And Arabica coffee industry or the coffee industry in general in Colombia is very traditional, and there's nobody, right? There's nobody selling crypto against coffee here. There's no one. Okay. And for me, that's like a major opportunity I see because it's already a $5 billion industry in Colombia, and that's a huge deal. And it's predicted to be by 2030, it's going to be like 8 billion, 9 billion. And given the fact that Donald Trump did what he did, I have no doubt that there's going to be some sort of a referendum in other countries. They must be already talking right now and be like, we need to do something about this crypto stuff. Look how much money he made, and the government is always after money. So these political figures and the powers that be, of course, they're going to be interested. And the traditionalists will slowly be like, you know what, there might be something here, like maybe we need to like make more crypto-friendly policies. And
that's the reason why I reached out to you, right? I saw Solana, I saw coffee, I saw Colombia. I was like, okay, I need to hear what's going on. Like, is there a way that I can buy coffee directly with crypto, or are you guys just kind of using it as a back end? Because I know I did actually have Agridex on the podcast before, and they walked me through their whole platform and how they're able to save a bunch of their farmers a ton of money on just the fees alone, right? Where the fees are sometimes, half the cost of the product at the end of the day.
Exactly. Now, here's what it is. So Agridex is a pretty powerful platform, provided that they execute their whole, the roadmap correctly. So so Agridex is private funded, right? So it's a private funded, it's a private idea made on the blockchain. Now imagine if that sort of idea is actually funded by the government. What we can launch tools that help industries and cut the middlemen are always involved because the farmer cannot handle everything. There has to be another person willing to deliver and do everything. So what Agridex platform does is it takes the documentation on chain, it takes logistics on chain, it takes all the standards on chain, and they're not in the business of tokenizing the asset per se, but they're in the business of tokenizing the trade. So the trade involves all of these parts, and they tokenize that trade so that when you let's say you're a buyer and there's a consumer on the aggregate client. When you buy, within a matter of seconds, all of those necessary documentation, logistics, everything is checked, and then the trade goes through, which is very, very powerful. So we're talking minimizing supply chain days from like months to possibly few days. That saves a lot of money. So that's a good idea.
Which saves a ton of money and a ton of time and a ton of headaches, basically, right? Like that's months of negotiating, months of trying to track a product past a certain level, right? So it's too much.
Everything in the supply chain is slowed by human interaction. Humans are the issue when it comes to the chain, because humans have the consciousness and like delays. They do not. Well, you were asleep, and Trump launched his coin. You said, right? People are asleep. Machines don't sleep. So the less human involvement you have in a chain, the more efficient it's going to be, because machines don't need any of the human necessities of sleep and tiredness and whatever. So that's the other part of it. So less human interaction, more automatized, processes that cuts more time, and tertiary, it saves the money. So when it comes to Colombia, first of all, you need to understand the culture of like where Colombia is. Like they're very traditional people, and I mean they're very they're not risk tolerant. They don't like to take more risk. They're like they want safety and guarantee, and they want to be like just have a smooth sailing. And also the second barrier is education. It's not to say there's a lack of information. There is, but human motivation to find information is very little less. Sometimes you can't you can be the most enthusiastic person about crypto, but if the next person who's listening to you is not enthusiastic or even like interested in it, it's not going to do anything. So real world Arabica, the ideas that we have, it's not just selling coffee, but it's an idea of a possibility of what if this technology can actually transform your entire perspective about how you do commerce. Like opening up global markets, reducing bureaucracy. And if Thomas wants the best quality tea from or coffee from a specific place, he just have to log in and just buy it and forget about it.
That'd be so awesome.
And 2 days or 3 days later, it's gonna, or even like maybe in a day, it's just gonna arrive at your doorstep, right?
That's the dream.
Yeah, I mean, and it is possible, especially now that the trust in crypto is going higher, right? So a little tangent here. Donald Trump's coin is the most trustable meme space right now. Like it or not, I don't know whether he can be trusted. I don't know, but he is at a position that he cannot fuck it up. Because he does, so there's a lot running on his shoulders. So right now, when people ask me what's the most powerful coin that's going to do 1000x or whatever, I'm like, there's no doubt this is the most trustable coin right now. I don't know whether it's going to do 1000x, but right now, as far as trust is concerned, Trump coin is the best. So
we don't even know what it's going to be, right? Like what it is right now. It's proving out. It's proving out the industry. It's proving out what a coin can be. It's up to him and I guess his team to really prove where they can take it. And I feel like he's got a very like technology focused team around him, right? So like he's going to be taking big risks. He's going to be doing big things, and like it's exciting to see what's going to happen.
And he has no reason not to. He has no reason not to do it because he's already in. And I think, I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, but I think there's a huge, larger play that we can't even fathom. When something is so big, you can only see like little of it. So, but I believe there's a longer term plan here. I think that with this sort of, even with this, like, look at how we're speaking about it. Like, we're talking, meme coins used to be such like a trashy thing where people, like the degens get in and all that. Now that sort of talk is a little bit less. Like people are now taking it a little bit more serious. And like, there is the possibility because the technology, Solana is a solid technology, right? L2 is running on it, is a solid technology. And the amount of things that he can do, for example, like he could literally take, like the prison system or whatever, and based on merits or whatever, tokenize that and like tie his token into those areas. Like these possibilities are just endless. Like the amount of all this time, the crypto dream has been like, okay, defund the state and, you know, disconnect the state from the money and all that, right? I mean, imagine like the state also becomes like that as the result of like the ideology of the state changes to a crypto-based technological, you know, consciousness. Like the leaders are crypto-based. I mean, there's a philosophy behind crypto, not just the technology. Like it's a different type of thinking animal. You know, a crypto bro is not just your average dude who's like, you know, like whatever, he wants to make gains, but also there's a philosophical, especially in the Bitcoin space. So all of these tie in together. So, I mean, this topic is so wide, we're like running all over, but that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
No, well, it's what he was elected for, right? Like his mandate when he gets hired is to get in, you know, deregulate business, promote the economy. You know, like these are things that he ran on and he's expected to be doing. And he can do it all through Trump coin, right? Like
it is. Yeah. And if Trump coin is destroyed, Trump will be destroyed. That's the only argument. Like if he wants to destroy his image, the best thing he can do is fuck up this crypto token that he launched. Like that's what happened. That's what happens to all these crypto. Like he pumps and then dumps and destroys the brand. That's the formula. So I don't think Trump is that stupid to follow that formula. I think there's a bigger play. I think they have been discussing it for years, not just yesterday or day before yesterday. I think this information was such a secret is that maybe most of the people in his administration had no idea. This must have been just a conversation between the top figures, right hand, left hand people. And this must have been in the making for years. And people say, oh, is it a coincidence that he launched it 2 days before his inauguration? No, it's not.
There's no way. There's no way.
Man,
it's like
man of that caliber. A man of that caliber and a man who holds that amount of power does not do things haphazardly, right? He at least would have taken weeks or months to think about these things, or even years. I would bet years. Like if you study all these ancient like leaders who are very powerful and very thoughtful, they don't make decisions just like that. They at least take 3-4 days to make decisions. Like, you know, let me think about it. And he thinks and they can execute. And once something is thought and executed, the results are going to be wonderful. And also the other thing is, I mean, right now, it would be funny if after the inauguration, if Trump does a airdrop, that will be fucking hilarious that he does an airdrop. Insane. Like, I mean, can you imagine like the 47th president of the United States announcing officially an airdrop in the podium?
It would be so insane. You know, they have the tokens to do it, right? They have 80% of the supply. They have like some sort of lockup schedule. So I mean, that could be a reality, right?
Yeah, that could. I mean,
so wild.
And if you want to raise money, it has never been so easy, Thomas. Like the money raising problem is gone anymore. I don't think lobbyists are going to be a thing of the past.
Which is a good thing because there's a lot of dark money. There's, you know, this is all transparent. You can see like, you don't necessarly know who's on the other end of all these wallets, but you know, if $1 billion came from this wallet, you could probably trace that, right? Like where currently people are spending hundreds of millions of dollars going through different entities to get money to them where there's a lot of money wasted, you know, just kind
lack of transparency. Lack of transparency and there's lack of responsibility. I mean, you've seen the way government prints and wastes so much money. Like it's just insane. Like, I mean, now I believe like, you know, I wouldn't even, this is such a bold statement to make, but I people say in the Fed, right? I would say like cryptography, the fucking Fed, you know, like, you know, bring the Fed to the crypto fucking blockchain, bro. Like make the Fed the crypto blockchain. You know, like, I mean, now it's a possibility. Okay, you can shout end the Fed and all that. Why would people want to end the Fed? Because it's corrupted. Okay, crypto can help in that corruption, making it a bit more transparent and then doing something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a commemorative dollar for crypto, like, you know, commemorative dollar for launching the meme coin of Trump, you know, fight that's going to be the poster, you know, and there's so much possibility, Thomas. I cannot Like, I mean, every day, like for the past couple of days, I've been sitting in my garden. I'm like, where is this all going? Like, you know, what is happening right now? Like, how is it going to end?
Everything's changed, right? Everything has changed. I've been planning myself like how am I going to take this on? Like there is going to be like amazing things. We're not going to be regulated anymore. It's not going to be a gray area. So I was like, this is going to be pretty bullish. I didn't anticipate a hot ball of money coming 2 days before the inauguration. And so many people are trying to use the blockchain that Solana basically it almost went down, right? Like it
went down
transactions for a couple hours.
Yeah. The spreads were crazy. Like if you wanted to buy $5 of Solana, it was showing $7. Like obviously the system won't love it. That's the spread. And that shows, I mean, this is for me overall, this is just a positive thing. I don't give a shit about what people say about like, oh, blah, blah, blah. All these people, they're just sour. First of all, they're just sour. And they're not willing to just sit down and think, okay, they're just accusing the man of launching, but think of who he is publicly. You know, what sort of figure, what sort of power does his figure carry? Like, are you not like willing to have a conversation? Okay, there might be possibilities that this could actually be good, even better than Bitcoin, probably. You know, like, you know, there's a person who's responsible and who's such a powerful figure in the world right now. And 90% of the world still doesn't know this exists. You know, only the crypto bros in the Twitter space and a little bit of LinkedIn people. You know how like unaware like third world and developing countries are to all these events that are happening right now. Like to say that we are early is just, it's just, we can't, there's no word. It's earlier than the earliest. Earlier than the earliest possibilities, right? You know, like I followed some foreign news. They don't even talk about these things. Like in the TV, they're not aware that the president of the United States has a meme coin. So what's going to happen when they find out? That's the real question. You know, what's going to happen when
everyone's going to launch token, right? Everyone's going to have a token. That's going to be, you know, memes were supposed to be like tokenized attention, but it's so much more than that now, right? Like that was like media at face value. That's what it's going to be. But what can it be on the back end? What's that coin going to actually mean? And man, it's the whole game has changed, right?
Yeah, I get shivers sometimes. I'm so afraid like this. I mean, this is like such a wild gray area that we have. I don't think we understand the true power of what just happened. Like, I mean, it is a meme coin, people making money, but the other possibilities of like government control, government transparency, monetary policies, commerce, you know, like literally, like if it's possible, like imagine like platforms like Apple, you know, Google, like Amazon, like they could literally now trust enough the fucking Trump coin to like open up saying we accept Trump coin. And like these sort of possibilities, and because they're not afraid because the man is behind, the president is behind this coin, not anybody else. It's not Gary Gensler. The man at the top of the pyramid is now the meme coin. Like I would be happy to do commerce with the Trump coin because it's backed up by the United States of America right now. You know, it's as transparent as it because
more transparent than the dollar, right?
Dude, like if anything that could flip the dollar, I think this guy is gonna do it if he plays his cards right. The only way that you could get rid of this coin right now is to completely annihilate Trump from the planet Earth. There's no way that you can get rid of it. This is an irreversible, just like the blockchain technology. Once it's in there, you cannot do anything against it but to fork it. You understand? Like this is literally the manifestation of this idea into this human realm of like how we do things. Now we have the technology first. Now we have a person who's doing it, right? You know, physically in this world. So if you are to get rid of this token, there's no other way but to fork it. That means there has to be somebody else and people have to forget about Trump, which is not going to happen anytime soon because people have been talking about Trump for 10 years and they will keep on continuing to talk about this guy because he's a spectacular guy. He just do like things like shock value of Trump's brand is insane. We witnessed it 2 days ago. People are still in shock. What the fuck just happened? He's a master of like shocking people and like creating value and brand, value through that. So I have zero doubt. I was not in the memes coin space for long. I was at Bitcoin Maxi before. I'm a trader as well by profession. But as far as all my wisdom tells me that this is it. This is going to make or break whatever crypto is going to stand for. And wow, the possibilities are going to be insane. Not financial advice, of course, but
yes,
all your shitbags that have gone to trash because of this event and whatever, I would say don't worry about it. Now you have a new king of the hill has just arrived, and his name is Trump. And so I'm 100% behind this token, regardless of political stance or whatever, because it's such a strong brand, and people, brands are what we are talking about and trading about. And I have zero doubts. I have no worries. There's no FUD. There's no fear of missing out because Trump coin is hugely undervalued. In my case, I would put it at a market cap is nowhere near what it needs to be, because, dude, Trump is America, right? And America is not just $50 billion, dude. It's trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
So this token, it's interesting to see. When it hits 50, people will scream. When it hits 60, when it hits 70, when it goes to 100, and keep on going. People who are not aware of what's really happening will still keep crying on the sidelines, while people who are bagging up will be so happy. They'll be so happy, man. Like, I mean, you don't have to wear a red cap anymore. You just have to have a token to show your support. Yeah. Now it's changed, dude. Like, imagine, like, you could just be like, how do you know you support Trump? Hey, man, here's my token. Here's my wallet. I'm a Trump supporter. Okay. How do you verify? On the blockchain.
We prove it.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You prove your ownership. It actually like brings into play, like you actually need to have proof of ownership.
Exactly.
Right?
And if you don't like Trump's policy, sell the fucking bag and get another public figure token that you support. There you go.
Yeah.
You can go to his event, show your wallet, just scan a QR, and here you're in because you have a bag that's holding my public image. You're more than welcome because you're a supporter. I don't need to know your name. I don't need to know anything about you. I just need to see your wallet. And that's it.
Yeah. I think the funniest part about this is nobody actually understands it, right? Like I'm in some meme coin chats and like we don't understand it. The people that are trying to buy it, they're getting on a Coinbase for the first time. It's on all the big exchanges now. They don't really know. They just want to be part of it, right?
Yeah, because we are looking at it from the same stance that we were looking at it before, right? We are looking at it from the view that we were familiar. This is unfamiliar territory, so we don't know what the vision is going to be. So it's easy for us to be like, okay, we're looking at from the same angle, so we have the same ideas, or this might be this, blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you, this is uncharted territory, man. Nobody has a clue. Even Trump himself has no clue about it, what he has done. I don't think so. And I've been tweeting like this, like from America, I've been having conversations like people are saying, oh, this is that. I'm like, how do you know? Like, look at the broader picture. This is the president of the United fucking States we're talking about. How do you know that this is going to happen? You don't know. These are just assumptions, right? It's unethical. Yeah. I'm like, is it really though? But like, I mean, if you are at a point where you are the president of the United States and you have the capacity to make powerful decisions, why not use it? Use your power to okay, he's leveraging crypto technology, which nobody has ever done. No political figure has ever done before. He can raise so much awareness for crypto. He can do so much changes in the world. Dude, he could pump his fucking gasoline to the jet using his token. He could drop the United States dollar right now if he wished to. He'll be like, what? Trump standard.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's it's so like human minds don't deal well with time frames, right? Like we see the token, we're like, it went to 70 billion in 2 days. This thing's going to zero because that's too fast. Or, it's like the people either see the short term really well, or the really long term, Bitcoin in 10 years is going to be massive. That is easy to comprehend for me. But the parts in between that are very hard to comprehend, right? You don't see, all right, where's this Trump coin going to be at in a year, and what is Trump going to be using it for, right? That is very hard to reframe your mind around.
Here's something for your viewers. This is just my personal take. Personal opinion. this is how much I trust in like what I believe that I can grasp about what's going to happen. And I think it's going to be big. I have put my entire life saving behind this movement, bro. Like I literally spoke about it with my wife and I said, my convictions are such, it's not going to be just tomorrow, day after tomorrow, that it's going to like pump. But even real world Arabica is a 10-year plan. I will talk about it in a minute, but so the way I see it, your kids, do you have kids?
Yeah, 2 kids.
Okay. So they are born into a environment that what happened with Trump yesterday is just going to be a normal part of the history that they're going to learn. They'll be like, all right.
Yeah.
That's fine. Right. These dudes, these kids who are growing up to be, it's going to be like, you know how we were so used to like CD, DVDs and all that, but when we saw VHS, it was kind of like getting old in our generation, like, you know, but internet and all these technologies were okay with us. It was normalized, you know. Crypto is going to be something, there's going to be a day where your birth certificate will be on the blockchain. And like the technological know-how will be ingrained into you because you're born into an environment where there will be no more bank lines, where you won't meet the manager anymore. And you will be assigned a wallet along with your birth certificate. I envision a day like that, where like you don't have to like be like, there's no question where you come from or whatever. Obviously, there's going to be more steps needed to like, you know, lay a foundation on society and agreed upon global consensus about this. I see a day where there's no need of a passport or anything, just a wallet to go get through the gate, because all your history, your financial history is in the fucking wallet, and there's no need for you to like get visas or whatever. So these are going to be normalized in the next century. Definitely. Yeah. We'll be long gone, bro. We'll be long gone, but it's already begun. Your grandchildren, your great grandchildren. So real world Arabica, this brand is not for my people, like my generation. Like I'm hustling to build this brand for those who have a wallet and who those are not part of the traditional financial system, right? The risk that I'm taking, okay? The risk that I'm taking, going to farms, getting them onboarded with this idea, and I'm telling them, look, I'll do everything for you. Just trust me on this journey. And they've been like, all right, they see the potential, right? They see the potential. And be like, you know, there's going to be tools, there's going to be technologies that's going to be ingrained in your phones, just like WhatsApp, right? Even in WhatsApp, dude, it won't be long time. Soon enough, WhatsApp and like Twitter, they'll have microtransactions built into their technology. So if you see they are, I mean, if you see a coffee shop in Twitter, no more asking blah, blah, blah. You just go there, look at their category, buy it, it's done. That's it. That's it. So Twitter, WhatsApp, and all these global different platforms are going to take one shape slowly, because the fundamental technology driving them will be cryptography. So they'll have different brand names, but the technology will be foundation will be the same. So interoperability is going to be so easy. Like, you know, if WhatsApp is on Solana and if Twitter is on Solana, that's it. There's no need for APIs or whatever, because you're running on the same technology. There's no need for agreements or whatever. So it's a crazy world that's going to be out there if it works out perfectly. Now,
well, the barriers to that of that dream of all that happening, like that is technologically we can do all that, right? Like the regulation was in the way from that, right? So that's where, politics was in the way of it, right? Like Elon's been trying to get payments in X for a long time now. You know, nothing's going to be in his way anymore, right? So we'll see exactly what he does, but he's going to do something, right?
Honestly, think about this. You don't think that Elon was just, you know, whispering in Trump's ear while they were having casual dinner, like a couple of days, you know, in this past couple of months? He's buddy. You obviously, like, look at what we are talking about, right? You know, like, just imagine that we were presidents of countries. I mean, we could just have this conversation, be like, talk to our people and get shit done. You know, I mean, it was just a matter of time. The worm of crypto just crept into Trump's ear, and like, you know what? There's possibilities are the potentials are just insane. I'm going to give it a go. And I don't think there's anybody else who can do it like him either. And that's the other point. You know, the other point is, dude, if Biden did this, crypto would have like, it would have been a negative effect.
It would
It would
have
have been a negative
tanked
effect.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, like it takes the right person to do this. You understand? Like
Yeah.
it takes the right person to do this. And Trump was the dude who could do this. And
Yeah.
also that X factor, he has such a cool, like, I mean, I mean, if you compare, like, you know, like the character, like the persona, right? Like, I mean, you know, if you were given the choice between the old president and the new president, you'll be more inclined towards the new president. Like you'll be like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
this guy has aura. He has aura.
Oh, it definitely does. It
That's what
definitely
it
does.
is.
You know,
And
it turns some people off, but you know what? Like people are going to be like super proud to be Americans, but he's up there like chanting and stuff,
yeah,
right?
I'm willing to,
So
I'm
yeah.
willing to stand on this hill so much so that I literally put like 99% of everything that I have is behind this, because this is such a shock and also a wake up call. And I've got some sort of a perspective right now. And if it goes to hell, so be it. So what am I supposed to do? Cry about it? So
Yeah.
I don't give a shit anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is it. This is it. I mean, for me, all that matters is the United States, President of the United States of America has a meme coin. That's all I need. And for me to like, you know, sit here and be like second guess myself, I didn't have time to second guess. I was like, this is the sign. Because funny enough, for the past couple of months, I've been hustling and grinding to like grow this, you know, this business and all that. And before I go to sleep, I used to pray and like, give me a sign. Like, you know, am I going down the right path? And you know, like Trump comes and does this. I'm like, this is as a sign. This is the best sign I could get. Like, I mean, I got into like, you know, crypto stuff, like, for example, this real world things like about a year ago, and I thought about real world Arabica. It came to me in a dream, first of all. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do all of these things. And there was a point in time where I used to trade and I would just want to make a bag and make my next bag and blah blah blah. Now, dude, I have so much patience. I don't care. This is going to take 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, or 20 years. The part that I'm on, right? Every day I wake up with a purpose of doing something related to it. Right now, this podcast, I'm having fun. I'm in the moment. This is part of my business. You know, I'm having fun. So my perspectives of what business is, what making money is, have completely changed. And 2 days ago, my convictions were like sealed. And that's it. Like, what else there to talk about? I mean, like the right is going to be a crazy, crazy right. And I think the danger to Donald Trump's right, like as well, has just 10x right now, 100x, 1000x. He's become a target among so many people right now. People don't even want to talk about it, but the risk that he took and the balls that guy has, I think his security got to be top notch. And
his security's got to be insane right
dude,
now.
like, I mean, this is just the big middle finger to the established banking cartel. That's it. I mean, you know, you understand how powerful these families are, these bankers.
Oh, yeah.
You understand.
Oh, yeah.
Like they run the world.
World leaders. Yeah.
Yeah. And to do such a bold move, I hope this is not like powered by the powers that be either, because you know about the conspiracies and all that. You know, like they have hands everywhere. Confusion is their tool. Like confusion is the tool that they use to control the people. But I mean, this is, for me, it's first of all, it's refreshing to see this entertainment. I mean, dude, you can't get this from a Hollywood level movie either. You can't go to the cinema and, you know, like going to Twitter right now and like reading these things and all these, like this action and this drama and all this stuff. I'm like, what a time to be alive.
I can't put it. Yeah, I can't put it down. It's like every minute is just so insane, and it's just getting crazier.
Yeah. But I think the most important thing is have some conviction. Like study, like have some. If for anybody out there who's trying to figure this shit out, don't take it too seriously, but just have some conviction. Take self-responsibility. Okay, I'm gonna go through this because I wanted to. Don't blame Trump or don't blame anybody to do that, because Trump didn't ask you to buy his token. Nobody did. In the history of cryptocurrency, everything is driven through free markets, right? So, but have a self-conviction and like believe and trust, because the meme coin space have changed as we know it.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, something that I'm thinking about too is like, if you up your time frame a little bit and don't think about what the price is going to be every 5 minutes, if you look at the little bit of a bigger picture here, it's probably one of like the most like asymmetric investments that you could make right now, right?
Minimum,
like the downside,
minimum for the
the
next 4
downsides
years.
aren't low. Yeah, the downsides aren't that low, but there is no cap. There is no high end, right? Like like we saw $70 million or $70 billion plus in 2 days. And, sure, short term, it goes up and down like $10 billion market cap,
and
every couple of minutes. But I mean, that's with, 5% of the people that are going to be interested in this token actually being able to buy it. Right. Like the addressable market, the mind share that knows about this token now and versus the amount that are actually buying it is tiny, right? Like this is, billion plus people know about this token now. And, I don't know how many holders there are, but I'd be surprised if there was over 100,000, right?
And and also like people are like the before meme coins, like when the devs drop a meme coin, you had no idea about the times, right? How much time do I have? But with Trump's coin, there's going to be at least 4 years. There's going to be 4 years for you to mess around with this coin. Okay.
Yeah.
Give yourself, this is the break you've been waiting for. There's 4 years for you to chill, bag up or sell or whatever. There's 4 years. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah.
We know that's a fact.
Get off the 5-minute chart. Take a look at the daily.
Take a look at the daily and just think rationally. Like, okay, there's a dude who's going to be around for 4 years. Okay. Now we know that for a fact. Just like the sun is going to come up tomorrow, his presidency is given for 4 years. So what's going to happen? Is he going to dump it tomorrow? Like, why would he do that? Why would he do that? Like, I mean, why would he do that? And is he going to onboard his entire family? I'm like, so be it. I would take a Baron coin. I have no issues if his daddy's doing good. If his dad's doing good, I don't mind trusting you too, bro. It's fine.
Yeah.
And
the trenchers are going to do it regardless. It's going to happen. It might not be their official coin, or maybe it is. I don't know. But
who knows? Millennia. I mean, And to be honest, I was kind of disappointed with his wife launching a coin too. I was kind of disappointed. For example, it's not about people who made the bag. I'm happy for them. But like, if I was Trump, I would have actually thought twice about that one. It's because eventually you could launch it, but it was too early.
Yeah.
Because Trump that coin was too hot. And I kind of feel as if like if he just delayed a little bit, like maybe in a month or two or whatever, could have been nice. It would have added that more respect to that Trump coin. It would have actually blasted more if they didn't do that. But what do I know? I'm just an ape. But at the same time, there has to be a reason why they did that, because these type of people do not do things, as I mentioned, haphazardly. There has to be a longer play for this. And obviously after today, and the coming couple of years, this token is going to stabilize. And who knows? Who knows? There's a crazy theory that's in my mind. If at all, if somebody can become a world leader, right now the technology is already completed. Like, he has a token, he has the capacity to become a world president. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen, man? Like,
I was looking at his Twitter profile today because he announced the inauguration, and his last 3 tweets are the live stream of his inauguration, the launch of his wife's coin, and the launch of his coin. Like, it just, I was just like, when will this ever happen again? There's nothing ever that's been like this.
I have no words.
I just kind of laughed. Like, I was just impressed.
I have no words. I have no words. Like, what are we supposed to make out of these things? But to be like, if from an intelligent investor's perspective, this is good stuff. And like, and there's some sort of a novelty right now. This is a novelty. Like, he's all these things that he say, he's the first to do this, he's the first to do that. Without a fact, he could literally really brag about being the first crypto president. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Because his history is right there. His receipts are right there. 2 days before inauguration, boom, launch my own fucking coin. Goes there, does this little dance. He's having a fucking good time, dude. Like, how can you be envious of a person who's having a good time? Like, I mean, regardless whether he's the president or not, his life is so cool, dude. And then he gets on fucking Air Force One or whatever, and then just chilling. I mean, can you believe what level of elite life that level of elite performance is just insane. It's aura. It's definitely aura. And I don't think any other president could have pulled it off.
No, well, I mean, think of all that he had to go through to get there too. So the guy was, it's crazy. It's amazing.
Yeah. So let's talk about some coffee, which I was promising you because that's what was your part. Yeah.
So, let's get to the point, I guess. Another 40 minutes.
No, it's good. I'm happy to do more podcasts because I think we can talk a lot of this material because right now in crypto space, real world assets and all that, none of them matters, Thomas. None of them matters. Trump coin needs to be discussed. It needs to be discussed. It needs to be regularly discussed because we have a president, we have his coin, right? We have the things that he's promising to do and things like that. So somebody needs, we need to follow that. Forget everything else. Forget everything else for now, because if this part is executed perfectly, it's not just going to be America because there are so many countries in this world. So imagine if you can put your net worth into absolute scarcity level of technology that is endorsed by the most powerful figures, what else do you need as proof that it works? Trump is a real estate guy, by the way. Don't forget about it. So the first thing that he's going to attack, I think, is going to be that. He's going to tackle it. And I think I will be surprised because this is programmable money. We can program this token for anything. He could literally take departments of his brand and tokenize it into Trump. Be like, hey, you want to enter Trump Towers? Have this amount of tokens in your wallet and you just have to scan it and done. You want to participate in a Mar-a-Lago party? Bring your QR code alone and your wallet address. He could literally do so much stuff with this. You understand the magnitude of what's going to happen.
I'm starting to now. I didn't. You're making me think about this on a whole different level.
You have to because you have to because this is not just in the trenches anymore. If you felt alone in the trenches, guess what? Or some president is now with you in the trenches. So there you go, my man. Now he's in the trenches because he has a coin and he owns 80% of it. And if it goes to shit, 80% of his stuff will go to shit with him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So and the risk. The risk. Exactly. And your $20.
His ego is on the line right now, and that he is not letting that go away.
He's not. And as a businessman, why would you let that go to shit? No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
So if at all, if you want to bet, I'm not telling you to take huge risk, but I think right now, majority of your positions, and if you're diversifying, Bitcoin, Trump, and that's it. I could not believe I'm saying these things, but dude, taking the facts and seeing where the world is going, right? Bitcoin is untouchable, right? It's untouchable. That's the granddaddy of everything. Okay. So diversify. If you're diversifying, Bitcoin and the president of the United States. That's it.
Okay. I would add Solana to that too, right? It's right on Solana. With all of that, staking, you could stake right now, you get your 10% yield on it. They might even lower emissions on Solana tokens.
And I believe, and I believe it's going to be some sort of I don't know, for me, now that I'm holding the real president's token, dude, it adds to my sort of self-respect and image. Look, I'm a Trump token holder. There's a supply cap of 1 billion. It's not unlimited, by the way. There's a supply cap of 1 billion. This token is limited. So there's a novelty to this, right? Who else can be like, yo, I can literally go to family parties and be like, you know what? I got Donald Trump's token. I got a bunch of Trump tokens. It's just as a flex as saying you got some Bitcoin.
The whole coiner, it's like you're a whole coiner of Bitcoin, or you own, 100 Trump tokens or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
It's going to get that level of respect.
Yeah. So for me, I don't see anything negative. I think this is going to be a positive. And if shit happens, So people might ask you, so what's the guarantee that like if this goes, well, Trump is going to go down with you. So you can either die thinking that you brought down Trump, and or you can be like, you know what? I'm going to look at the positive side of things. I'm going to be hopeful, and this coin's going to do well because I want America to do great. Obviously, the more positive things that happens to America, the more powerful that token's going to be. And I think Trump just sealed his legacy infinitely in the blockchain because of this. Biden couldn't do it. All these other presidents couldn't do it. Nobody could do it. Trump is on the fucking blockchain right now. And his legacy is going to be there forever.
I think that it's that. And I think that on top of that, I mean, the way that he, at least his last term, right? Like he was so focused on the stock market and the gains of the stock market that like he was tying how his performance was based on that. Like we were already talking about how he was going to do that with Bitcoin, right? Like he was so pro Bitcoin, ran on pro crypto that, at least I thought that it was going to be pretty well tied in with the price of Bitcoin. But I mean, Bitcoin and now his own token is going to be 10x more, right? So it's,
yeah. So if you had any doubts, dude, think about it today, sit with a nice cup of coffee, right? Digest all this information. I gurgitated a point. I'm sorry if I didn't talk about what you wanted to talk about before about real world Arabica. But right now, to be honest, I mean, everything else is secondary to this because now I can use this situation to talk to more people, to get them onboarded more easily. Saying like, look at Trump. That's all I have to say. I just have to point in North America, and there's so much credibility happened in the past couple of 2 days that there was none in the 15 years in crypto. Like there was so much, just like the United States printed most of their money in the past couple of years, so much credibility came to crypto in the past couple of days. So this is a good thing. And if you have any questions to like about the brand or coffee or whatever, go ahead, shoot me. I've got a few times. I've got time. Yeah.
Okay.
Ask me about
Sounds good. So, so real world Arabica. So with this, you're not actually farming the coffee beans, right? You said that you're not going out talking to farmers now, and you're going to be bringing them onto your platform, which is that going to be kind of a place for like big companies to buy beans through there, or what exactly is what exactly is?
So I'll tell you the vision here, right? Okay, so as far as farms are concerned, there's not yet. That's a very important decision because the idea is I try to think about, okay, what resources do I have right now? Like what's my biggest capacity to invest on this idea, right? There's definitely there are no millions involved in the investment. So what's the approach? The easiest and the most usable resources that I have right now is my wisdom that I have about this, my experience, and my ability to transfer this message and get people to listen to. So I'm using that. And then I went ahead to different conventions. I met a lot of elite level farmers, and I asked them first about crypto, and they were like, "We've heard about it, but we're not interested." I mean, there's so much bad things happening. That's the idea of the general normie. Like if you step outside of Twitter, the rest of the world does not look positive towards crypto. Okay,
100%, I agree.
100%. But then I'm showing them this possibility of the next decade, which is an inevitability. And because of Trump, now I have even more proof of this, and that it's only a matter of time where everything that we do is going to be on chain. It's just a matter of time now, right? So right now what I'm doing is I'm going for the best people who are traditionalists, but I am creating an association of farmers who are working with me. And when there's some sort of a transaction, they've already got their money, right? They've invested in me as well. And now I am the person who's growing this idea and actually trying to create another sort of a crypto association of coffee growers in Colombia. That's the vision.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the vision. So, and all this coffee that you get, everything that I have is all specialty coffee. It's not shit coffee. It's not K-cups or whatever, right? And the pricing of it is going to be impacted because if we are literally trying to like bring down the cost involved, and the vision of real world Arabica is that everybody can have specialty coffee on their fucking table. and it's just going to be the average price that you, even less than Starbucks. That will be ideal. If you can get special, because Starbucks coffee, I'm sorry to say it is, because they get their coffee from us, from Colombia, and that's the lowest tier and the most affordable coffee that we send to Starbucks, because that's how they want to keep their margin. So, right? It's not specialty coffee. It's not. And so like you can come down here, you can speak to farmers, you can get the people who are associated to Starbucks, and they'll be like, yo, we sell our cheapest coffee to Starbucks and McDonald's and all. So, I mean, apart from that, the idea would be to like, you could literally go into a platform, for example, like Agridex. If you're an enthusiast of roasting your own coffee, and if you have the palate, you know, it's a whole movement out there. If you want to do that, you have the freedom to take the best coffee, right? You can get a geisha, you can get a Java, whatever, Katura, whatever. Fancy is your, you know, tongue. You can just get it 2 days. You have the specialty coffee in your hands at an affordable price. That's it. That's it.
I would be a 100% user of this. I pay in Trump coins. You know,
we accept whatever. Trump coin. I mean, we accept Trump coin. You know what? Real world RWA. I have no. I think I'm the first to do this, but I have no issues in accepting meme coins because I see where they're going. Like I understand it, because meme coins, like for example, fart. You can buy some nice geisha using fart coin. You can buy some nice fart coin, or like, you know, Pepe or whatever. You could literally pay with your meme coins and get a good product. What else do you want? Like, I mean, it's not just Bitcoin or Solana or whatever anymore.
Yeah. Like, so is that live right now, or that's the goal of what you're going to do? I can't do that.
It's live right now. I actually have done a transaction. Yeah. There are people like in Virgin Islands. We got a few people roasting our beans, and it's only gonna. I haven't actively searched for like in the past couple of months, because the goal is not to like rush into like getting clients, but to have a smooth process of like having a foundation and having the association established out. And so I think that's far more important. And so hopefully like the word of mouth is spreading now. People are contacting and all that. But given the fact that what happened 2 days ago, I've slowed things down even further. I have slowed it down. But yes, the products are available right now. You can see me behind. There's like bean packets and all that stuff. There's things are moving. But it's just bigger than, because what right now, like, I mean, I'm excited because the whole crypto space is now changed, like from just being a shady sort of like, you know, looked down upon thing to like, you know, being endorsed by the most powerful man on the planet. And I'm excited to see, because like you can now literally align yourself with just by showing your tokens. Yes, I'm behind this. You know, like now RWA, Real World Arabica, is behind this movement as well. You know, so like what's going to be next? Like, are we going to get an airdrop of, you know, more Trump coins? And like, are we going to get concessions? You know, Social Security is going to get on Trump. What's next? I'm excited to see it. So
yeah, well, and the mindset, I think the mind share is going to shift so much that rather than you having to go out and sell crypto as a whole new asset class and way of doing business, they're going to understand it already, and they might start coming to you because you're the one that already has the platform and already kind of started working on that, right? So I think that could completely flip, where it's like, all right, this is way different than 2 days ago.
Because there's so much money in the meme coin space and the crypto space that it's just waiting to come into this traditional market. It's just that the governments here are not interested enough anymore. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure, right, after 2 days ago, everybody must be like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're talking about it. We need to get our own fucking coin. I know the name of the president here is called Petro. I won't be surprised that if that guy comes up and be like, Petro coin. You know, if at all another coin would launch, it'll be a developing country for sure. It'll be a president or a president or a dictator from a third world country be like, yo, buy my coin now. It's on Solana.
I mean,
it's just crazy.
So wild.
Yeah. So as far as the coffee industry is concerned, I believe they're the first to do this. All right. And also the farms that we are associated with, the farmers who are onboarded already, These are people who sell millions in a month, like gallons of
Okay.
fucking, and they see the potential. So that kind of feeds into my confidence that I'm on the right path because I'm giving them something. Because they don't want, like, you need to understand human beings, like, they're looking for convenience. Okay. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm willing to take the risk of establishing like this brand as a trustable authority in the coffee space. So you can literally, it's like I'm thinking it's going to grow into some sort of an association, like where
Yeah.
you are associated with it. And if you want to go on your own, you're absolutely able to do it because we can teach you how to do this as well. We can give them the tools. We can show them how it's done. That's also in the roadmap, by the way, where I see myself going from place to place, just spreading this word and like getting people on board and promoting tools such as ApeDude, because it's not the only one. It's just one of many, especially now that the president is behind all these people have confidence now in the technologies. So I believe it's going to be fucking game changing, man. Like imagine like the impact, not just agriculture wise, but medicine, aeronautics, military. So as soon as the world's most powerful man got behind this, shit just hit the roof. I mean, the shit talker is a little bit quiet now because you gotta put some respect on the fact that there's some level of trust running on this crypto thing. Like, people don't understand it anymore. Not much, but the future that I see in Colombia is that our future clients will definitely be crypto friendly. It's a fact because my nephews are already, they have wallets and they're like 7 years old and they have their own, I made sure that they know about these things, the 12-year-olds and all that. I always talk about this with young dudes and girls. I'll be like, yo, you need to look into crypto. Here are some books you can refer to. So younger generations, these will be our clients who's ordering, coffee, in the next 20 years, a guy the baby who's born today is going to be 20 from 20 years from now. And who knows what's going to be different by that time. Right. So that's our target market.
That's awesome. And it's something that I think about too. It's like what coin am I willing to like put away for my daughters, that in, 18 years is going to be a massive, what's still going to be there, like what way can I store it properly? And like, what are the coins that have that type of potential? Right. So I'm always kind of thinking of that, which is like super long-term. And it's hard to think about that. Like what coins do you want? So like all like these wrapped coins on Solana, like I want to do those, but I won't, so.
Yeah. The way that I say it is like, okay, Bitcoin is non-negotiable. Okay. Of course, like you might want to have some security. That's non-negotiable. But other than that, I think anything that is now tied to any sort of political regime it's going to be a safer bet than all these other memes that's going to come out in the future. Because Trump is not the only person who's going to have a coin, and Trump is not the only person who's going to have a public image, right? So anybody who has, I think it's going to be a whole level of, it's going to be a niche, like political memes, dude. Political meme coins is going to be a thing. Not just random people launching by their name, but the dude himself or herself launching it for them. So, for example, AOC could come out and launch her own coin. Like who's going to stop her now? And
that would actually be one of the ones that would probably do really well because she appeals to like a lot younger crowd and has a pretty loud voice on social media, right?
And I'm pretty sure, look out for these figures. I'm pretty sure the immediate circle of Trump, that's who you've got to keep an eye out for. Elon Musk, it's only a matter of time where he's going to launch a coin and he's going to launch it on Twitter. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be Dojo, whatever. But I'm pretty sure, dude, all these top class figures, they're already thinking in the back of their mind, how can I capitalize and how can I, because it's all self-interest driven. Like, even if you want to help the world, it's the self-interest. And, like, I won't be surprised. So I'm forgetting all about S&P 6900 or Pepe or whatever. Forget all of that shit now, right? Keep an eye out for these big political figures. They're going to come out soon. And like, grab some good coffee.
They all own crypto too. Like one of the things is when you get elected into one of these committees or into the cabinet or whatever, you have to disclose like what your investments are.
Yeah.
And I would say the large majority of who Trump has already hired have millions of dollars of crypto, like that they've already publicly disclosed, right? So like their backs are on the line as well, right? Like, so they're going to be like, no matter what way it works, you're always going to be working for your bags if that's what you have, right?
Of
you know,
course.
so it's,
it's all fine as long as it benefits everybody around you. And like, you know, if you're a public servant, it should benefit the public. But also like, I mean, I also believe that there's going to be a standard soon enough. There's going to be some sort of a Trump standard of launching a public figure coin. There will be regulations placed in place. You know, there's soon going to be like, hey, not every random senator or like people, but significant figures are eligible to do this. I mean, imagine that, like, if there's a set of guiding laws that these criteria should be met. Like, I mean, there's a criteria to become the president of the United States, right? Like Christian values and things. There's like a literal law. I think, I'm not sure. In any country, there's like, I mean, they're of a particular, you know, part of life, and like the certain values of that country has to be respected in order for you to become the leader of that nation. So imagine a standard, like a tokenized standard for launching a public figure coin. And I don't know. It's just
a good template. It's so far, it's the best template that we've seen, right?
Yeah.
You know?
And also here's the thing about it. Like Trump can actually back it up, saying like he could back it up by saying, look at my history, and like look at look at what I've done, and look at what I've done to crypto space. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be very positive in the next couple of the first 100 days. I'm keeping an eye out for the first 100 days of what sort of crypto policies he's bringing in, and the friends around him. And the next coin I'm waiting for, Elon Musk. The second coin I'm waiting for is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s coin. I'm going to wait for that guy as well. And but also I want that I want Barron Trump's coin as well. I want them in my bag. Because
that guy's amazing.
He's got aura. He's got his father's aura too, and he's the quietest of the bunch. And
but he's like 6'9".
Exciting time.
He's huge.
It's an exciting time. So anybody who's just hating on this stuff just because you're just hating, stop. Like, just think for a second, dude. Like, these sort of opportunities, these are just once in a lifetime shit, dude. Like, I mean, this is never going to happen again. This is never going to happen. This sort of impact. Okay, there's going to be other political figures launching meme coins, but this shock value is not going to. It's like Bitcoin. There's one of one. Trump is one of one, man. You know, he's just one of one, dude. Like, these sort of ballsy, like bold decision making, it's just one of one. And so keep an eye out for the next couple of, you know, like 100 days, and just think long. Yeah, just think long term, and do not like worry about, hey, all these fucking, no. We don't know these things anymore. Stop looking at from the same lens that you were familiar before, because this is unfamiliar, right? Yeah. And from what from little intelligence I have, I think like, why would you like? There has to be a reason why he launched in 2 days before and not after his presidency. Like, there has to be some game plan here, and it's going to be huge. There's no doubt of it. So
I mean, it already is huge, but it's huge. Going to get so much bigger.
Yeah, and if I can get rich along with Trump, I have no complaints. I have no complaints.
You know what? I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, like, as far as ethics are concerned, I'm asking them what ethics were broken in the first place. What's so different to him launching a coin than a fucking scammer launching a meme coin on PubFund? Like, I mean, nobody held a gun to my head, as I said, like, to buy this stuff. Nobody.
And the fact that he's just like willing to like stand up and be like, this is my meme coin. I'm going to launch it to my 125 million followers on Twitter. I'll stand behind it. You know, he's one of the few people that would actually do that and will follow through on it. Right? Like we saw with celebrities launching coins, they might like put out a video or two when they launch it, and then they rug it. Yeah. Right? Like he's the opposite of that, right? Like, he is there. He's going to be promoting the hell out of this thing. I wouldn't be surprised if like every private meeting he has with people, he shills it to them, right?
It has already been shilled. I mean, this party, I mean, and I think, dude, like, I mean, if you really think about it, like I'm going to focus the next couple of weeks to like study this sort of like, I mean, I'll be following Trump like a fucking shadow, dude. Like, because each move, each calculated move, it's only going to make the bag bigger. All right.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you understand, like when you know the fellow and what he's doing and all that, when you see what he's trying to do, and you can actually, you know how interpolation works in mathematics, like we could see where it's going to go. So based on the first 100 days, I'm going to be very closely looking at what's coming out on crypto Twitter and policies. And based on that, I'm going to make a decision whether I'm going to go. I'm 99% in. There's only 1% for me left to go 100%. Based after this 100 days, I'll be like, you know what? I'm just going to stick with this, because I can't believe I'm saying this, man. I can't believe my portfolio is now like Bitcoin and just like President Donald Trump. And
I mean, you're believing in something. I mean, I like it.
And I believe it's hugely undervalued still. It is hugely undervalued still. And I think a lot of people has already gotten rich off of it. And I think it's only going to make other people richer, provided they understand what they're doing. And it's a law of nature. If when you associate successful people, you can't help yourself but to become successful. So if you want to associate Donald Trump, the best way you can do right now is to get his fucking token. That's the closest you can get to being real as possible with Trump, right? I mean, what's the next best thing to not being able to physically be friends with him is to hold his coin, because it's his public image. Hold the coin and just write it. And I think meme coin space is also going to get regulated. I think there's going to be specific regulations for meme coins. They're not going to change anything. They're going to be like meme coin regulations. And I think it's overall a positive thing. And there's going to be more tools.
You can't stop them at this point, right? Like you can't put that back in the bag.
No,
like they're out there. You know, they're immutable.
I mean, I think what Trump did is almost as significant as how Bitcoin launched. For the next 15 years, I'm very positive about Trump, because I see the same sort of thing happening. The only thing, Trump coin has a face, Bitcoin does not. And so if you study,
people will probably like that better, right? Because that was something that got in the way from a lot of like traditional people. They're like, nope, we don't know who started it. Like, what's going on?
I mean, that's human nature. That's human nature. You like to have familiarity. And familiarity gives you trust and confidence. And that's one of the reasons why Bitcoin has been slowly like taking off. And it's also a technologically astute amounts of individuals. Not your everyday Joe does not want to deal with Bitcoin, because life is okay, because you have your 12 flavored bagel. That's it. Life is good. You know, that's all that matters. But for people like you and I, who's like, in the trenches, as they say, you can see the bigger picture, and like I think generational wealth is a very possibility this couple of years. Playing the card, right? I'm willing to put everything behind it, man. Like, I don't know, my wife might leave me. Who knows? I might lose the house. Who knows? But hey, dude, I've done worse.
Don't go that far. The family's important too. Family's important too.
I know. But I have so much faith in this, because I've asked. Like, I've literally asked myself, I've connected with my friends, be like, show me this. And these are my thoughts. And this is how I made a decision. It's not because I listened to Twitter or whatever. The best person you can listen to is your intuition, and 100% responsibility is in myself. So this brand that I'm building, the real world Arabica, is all tied into all these decisions I'm making. And every day I just feel good, man. I just feel good about it. I mean,
that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I'm excited to see where you actually take this brand to as well. I'm going to try to order some coffee off there. I don't know if you deliver to California, but if you do,
I can deliver anywhere.
Expect an order to come in.
Yeah.
Can you?
Do you roast your own? Do you roast your own?
I don't, but I have before. Do you not send roasted beans there?
I can arrange it. I can arrange it. Or better yet, I can send a catalog maybe for you to choose. And to try out maybe 100 grams or 200 grams or whatever, and sample it out a little bit, and try your own roasting. But right now we are B2B. A lot of it is B2B, obviously, because we are after roasted. But we do have plans to launch because we have roasting is not because Colombia has a lot of artisanal roasting, man. It's second nature to these people. Like, and they have the art down to it, and it's delicious. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find out some information about what's available right now. At the same time, you send me a message saying, "Hey, these are the tastes that I'm after: a geisha or a Java or whatever. Like, that's something you're after, and I will wash it for you, and you can have a taste, man. No problem. I can hook you up.
Awesome.
No problem.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I like the sound of that. I love coffee. So
let's do
the
it,
better
babe.
the coffee, better. I don't drink Starbucks. We drink some good coffee, but I don't think it's anywhere near the level that you're used to dealing
You're
with.
gonna level up this year, Thomas. I'll guarantee you.
Yeah.
Our real world Arabica got you, man. We got you. Dude. We will send you some top grade coffee, and you can tell it your friends and tell your friends to get off that fucking shit Starbucks coffee. Try out some Thomas coffee. Try this Thomas coffee and be like, yo, this is it. This is it. This podcast has been great, man. This has been so good because there's so many information.
That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You got me so excited. So
yeah, we should do one more time. I mean, we should regularly jump on and have conversations because there's going to be a lot of shit to talk about in a couple of days, especially if you're keeping an eye out for the next 100 days. You should do that. I think you should do a segment on the 100 days. You just do a segment on Solana 100 days. Just keep talking topics and stuff. Like every day you could talk about something for the 100 days, man. I think that's a good thing that you should do. Because I mean, people like you are more than needed, more than ever right now. But a point of information where real shit is spoken about, not just fucking FUD. Because there's more than enough of FUD over there in Twitter. Like people need to understand the reality. I mean,
that's why I started this podcast. It's tough. It's tough there's so much information out there. You can't digest it all.
Yeah.
You just see the loudest voices. You don't necessarily hear the best. You don't really hear from people that are actually building in the space. So,
And then people, I've been going head to head with some maxis as well, because over on LinkedIn, I'm a little bit more vocal about my stuff. Because I mean, maxis,
interesting battlefield.
Yeah, it is interesting. But there's a lot of people, maxis out there in LinkedIn, professional.
Really?
I mean, are you on LinkedIn as well? Not that much, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm on there, but I don't really use it.
but I'm on there. I'm a little bit harder on there as well, because there are people who are like, oh, what he did was unethical, blah blah blah, all this stuff, and it's just noise, man. It's just fear of missing out. They already missed out. Right. I have not heard a single person who's been successful from a coin launch shit on other successful coins, because they understand the nature of it. That's the game. I mean, are they good Samaritans that are so fucking concerned about other people they don't want to secure their bag for their own sake? That's just hypocritical. I'm pretty sure anybody who's talking and sour about these things are people who missed out on it, and they have some self-hatred towards them. Why was I asleep? But something like that. You know what I mean? I'm okay for arguments or conversation who's some sort of a principle based, open. I'm open for conversation, but just outright opinion, you can say, oh, that's shit. That's just dismissive. I mean, especially coming from a figure like Trump. So if you're not having someone Trump on your bag, man, time to get some on the bag, because I mean, I hope this makes sense. This is just my personal opinion, but I've thought about these things, and I hope it just makes sense. Because this is the only meme coin that has a fixed time limit of 4 years for you to mess around with.
Yeah.
If nothing else works, it has 4 years.
4 years. Yeah. Let's plan on having you back on in 100 days, and let's do the 100-day analysis, because I bet it's going to be crazy. I don't know what we're even going to be talking about. Right?
I have no idea. I mean, it's just going to change a lot of things. And I think especially projects that are based in the United States, who are in crypto-based projects, dude, these guys just won the golden ticket.
Yeah.
If the product is solid, and if they got a good user base going on, and AUMs are good, the administration is going to be so friendly with them, and they're going to only get
100%
more success. Yeah, dude, it's been great.
Good. Well, it has been great. Totally appreciate your time. Let's definitely talk again. Look forward to getting some coffee, and we'll keep an eye on this coin. Let's talk again in 100 days.
I'll be in touch with you, man. I'll hook you up with the coffee stuff. I'll get you on the DMs, and let's organize it over.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Thank you so much, Thomas, for having me on, man. It's been appreciated and it's been great. I had to get it out there, and I feel relieved as well after talking about all these things. It was all nice.
I'm so energized right now. So thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem,
I hope
man.
everyone's as pumped up as I am, and we'll definitely talk soon.
We'll talk soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Take care.
All right, you too.
All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Solana Weekly. Once again, this is Thomas Bahamas, and I have one final ask for you guys. If you could, please subscribe on whatever player you're listening to. You could leave a review. That would be amazing. If you want to shill me your bags, work for them. But yeah, really appreciate it. And as always, this is not financial advice, but I want you guys to accelerate, move forward, and let's get this bag. I'll catch you guys next week.